Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to J Junior TV. And today I have a very special guest once again. I don't even know where to start with her. Like, her resume is long. When I tell you it is long, she be doing her thing in the acting world, especially in the Tubi space. Like, man, you can catch her in movies such as Below the Belt, Insecure Romance, The Advice That Got You Killed, The Act of Betrayal, Clout, Blindsided, and the list goes on and on and on. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to get a warm welcome to Shanta Renee Smith.
Hello,
Wel-
hello.
welcome. How you been?
Pretty good. How have you been?
I've been good, been great. I feel like it's been a long time since I actually talked to you or seen you.
Right. You're
I think
right. We go back for real.
I think the last time had been like 2020, probably.
Yeah, yeah. Right when the big C word happened.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right. But man,
Yeah.
but how's your spirit? How's everything with you?
Oh man, I'm in a good space. I'm in a good space this year. I got great hope for what's coming next. So yeah.
Yes. Good space. The lighting hitting you well. Looking good.
Good. Thank you. Thank
Yeah, no problem.
you.
Yeah. So before we get started with everything, just something I like to do just to, you know, little icebreaker questions, ease on into it before we get to the good stuff.
Okay.
So, coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Is that
Bad habits. Bad habits. Coffee. Oh my god. Well, I've switched it up a little bit. I don't really drink like coffee like I used to because I had got to a point where I would drink coffee with just one cream. So I really
hmm
like the taste of coffee. So now I have a espresso drink that I like. So
okay?
same thing though.
Morning or night?
Night. Night.
Movie?
That's when I have my best thoughts.
Okay. Movie or series?
Movie.
Indie films or studio films?
Ooh, that's a hard one. Ooh, that's a hard one. I would have to say studio films, and that's only because I absolutely fall in love with productions that have studio production.
Okay.
When the indie films do have the studio production, like they have a budget big enough for it to where like they're utilizing some of the same things that I remember from where the bigger productions get done. So when I get excited when that happens. So yeah, studio.
Okay. All right. Um, what's a movie you can watch over and over again without getting
Oh,
tired?
that's a good one. I don't really think I have just one, but I can have. There's a series that I
Okay.
can watch, but they have like 4 or 5 movies at this point. Neil Liam Nelson is the actor in it. What is that called? I can't even think of it right
Taken?
now. That's crazy.
Not. I mean.
Taken. You said it.
Okay.
Taken. 1, 2, 3. Like that, I could watch it all day. So that could be
Really.
on all day long. And
What
I'm
is
gonna
it
tune in.
about that movie that you can watch all day? Like, what is it?
Th- those are my favorite type of film. So even in
Okay.
my spare time, like technically, if I watch movies in this, it would have to be a movie of that nature. Like those are the movies that I get excited about when they drop. So, but all of the other movies I watch because everybody say, "Oh, you got to," they rave about it on the internet. Say you got to watch this. Then I'll go watch those other movies, or if they're by my favorite actors or something. Yeah,
Okay. Got you.
yeah.
Um, what's something people usually get wrong about you?
I think when I'm quiet and I don't say too much, I think people take my rest and be face as like I'm like high maintenance or like I think I'm better than people. And then
Okay.
until I open up my mouth, then they're like, oh, she cool. She's
Yeah.
super cool. So, but I think that's probably the first thing they probably get wrong until they get to know me.
Okay. What's one goal you working towards this year?
Getting an agent.
Okay.
Yep, I've been doing all of the movies I have thus far without an agent. So I would like to have an
That's
agent.
dope.
hmm
You haven't been shopping around? You haven't been submitted?
Well, I've been doing my homework, and then I have a lot of friends that are going the more Hollywood route of filmmaking, and so they always give me advice on because they always like, "Girl, you crazy? You better go get you an agent." And so they always give me advice on who. And don't get me wrong, I got my eye on some people. I just want to make sure that the people that I do the companies that I do get on the roster for that I'm not just sitting on a shelf. Like
Got
I
you.
want to make sure like I don't look like somebody that's already on their roster because I know I get the business side. Now I've been in this for a couple years now that I've been paying attention, and I just don't want to go through that. Now that I know that that's really a thing. So yeah, but I got my eye on some
Yes.
people, so I'm gonna make some. I'm gonna make some things happen 2026.
Any
Mhm.
agencies you want to name that you seeking?
Um, there's a couple, but if just to keep it Chicago a little bit right now, I would say Michelle Hayes.
Okay.
Michelle Hayes. I have a lot of friends who I admire in this industry, like Corey Hendricks. He is one of her actors. And that she has on the roster, and he stays booked and busy. He's been in Bear. And he's in 50 Cent's new series that's coming out. And I think like three of the other guys that are like almost, if they're not leads, they're supporting actors. They all came from Michelle Hayes. So I can
Okay.
definitely, yes, I gotta give her flowers. Only thing that concerns me just a little bit is I didn't go the Hollywood route, and so I just want to make sure that if when I do come to her, I come to her correct. Because I didn't go the way everyone else went. As far as like typically what it was, I would say a blueprint is to becoming an actor or
Okay.
actress.
Well, I will
Mhm.
say in today's world, there's no blueprint because now with social media and everything, it's like anybody can get to that point. So, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah, absolutely. It opened up the door
it
to
has.
a whole lane of life that we probably couldn't even have fathomed maybe about 10 years ago. So I'm just
Exactly.
glad to
Yeah.
be here. I'm just
Right.
glad to be
Right.
here. Yeah.
So, tell me about the early life for you. Like, how this all started for you? Was it something that you always wanted to do? Was it something you just fell into? Like, take me back
Yeah.
to the beginning.
Yeah, no, I am not one of those actors that came in the business like, hey, this is what I wanted to do. Like I actually thought I was gonna be a radio host, That
Okay.
was my big dream was to do what you're doing right now, podcasting. I love to talk. So my that's so when I remember when I first got to Cinespace back in the day, that's what I used to do. I had my own show called Say Let's Do More TV back then. So the way that I ended up getting into acting is from what we used to do as stand-ins.
Right.
And I don't think I really cared. I would just ask people like Carrington. Remember Carrington? I would ask Carrington, little things like, how do you remember lines? Because I saw her as an actor, even though she was doing stand-in with us, I saw Carrington as an actor. And
Hmm.
she would tell me like her little secrets and other people. I would ask a lot, people on set. And I think once remember when Marcy became stand-in for Taraji,
Yeah.
but she had other things going on. So whenever Marcy couldn't work, I used to be able to work in her place. I think once I started doing that with Taraji, it just kind of made me be like, I could do this. I could do
Okay.
this. Let me see. So one day when I was on set as a stand-in, a guy named Antoine Gomeyer, he was a background. That was the beauty of being background. You never knew who you was around in
Right.
background. But he was a actual film director, and so he reached out to me and was like, "Had you ever done a film before?" I said no, and he was like, "I got a role for you," and I did my first movie with him. Yeah.
Dope. That's nice. That's nice. What else about your experience on working on the TV show Empire? Like, what can you recall about working there? Like, what did you learn from it?
Um, how to memorize lines. If you want me to correlate it to what I'm doing now, I
Yeah.
could say I learned how to memorize lines because remember when you know this because we work together. In Chicago, in other states, they actually have to learn those lines, like because that's important for timing with camera.
Right.
But in Chicago, we had that little where you tap your foot, and that would be you counted beats to know like
Hmm.
you went from the counter to the sink. Well, I would use those moments when we had 15 minutes with those sides at breakfast to kind of like try to learn those lines a little bit. And I would really be showing out, hoping that, one of the directors would be like, hey, she got it. Didn't
Right.
know what I was doing. But
As you
to be
should.
honest, I think that's what made me feel like, hey, I could do this. You know what I'm saying? Even though I had no idea what I was doing, still, I think that's where it came from. So yeah, that was probably my greatest experience in that. Was just like it gave me the confidence I feel like that I have now, because we actually had to do it for like Hollywood people, people that was already in Hollywood that were
Right.
famous, and so yep, I think that's what gave me my confidence in it.
You speak on, memorizing your lines. What is your method now to
Um,
memorize? What helps you?
I My best method. Okay, so I talk to myself naturally. So I would say that person's lines. At least I would remember the last sentence of that person's lines before mine, and then I would just be talking to myself throughout the day, or probably the 72 hours prior to a film, to where set thinking about lines. I don't want to be thinking about lines. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I
A
can.
call
Yeah.
had came through. Can you hear me? Okay, cool. Um, I don't want to even be thinking about lines when I get on set. I want to focus on performance. So that would mean like that the two rehearsals that we have right before they say cameras up for first team. I want to that use those two.
You went out. You went out. I can't hear you. Can't hear you. I can't hear you. Still can't hear you. Nope, you went out. Nope. I can't. Hold on. Let me drop you back down. Hold on. Nah, I still can't hear you. Just leave
Can
out
you
and
hear
come
me
back
now?
in. Okay, yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm on speaker.
Okay.
Okay.
I can hear you
All
now.
right, I guess I was on my car. I didn't even know that. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's not as fine.
Okay. Where was I? I was dead smack into something. What was your
I
question?
was
Because I
asking about
totally
the what was your method to remember the lines?
Oh, methods and remembering lines. Oh yeah. I don't know how far I had got into it
Y-
before my phone cut out. But mainly I like to focus on the lines for the first 72 hours before I get to set. And then once I'm on set, I want to focus on chemistry. So those couple of rehearsals that we have before the cameras are up, I want us to do our rehearsal real quick, so that it's the chemistry that's gonna help me remember the dialogue. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day,
Right.
we're just having a conversation.
Right.
So that's my method, and that's how I go about remembering lines. My goal though, because I met somebody just recently this year to be exact. I believe is from like Texas, and his method of remembering lines, he's a beast. Like he literally memorizes the whole entire script. Like I never saw him take out the script for the whole 12 days that we filmed out of
Hmm.
state. He never brought out the script. Even if he was
Wow.
to like forget that he come in right now, like it's his turn to say his line, he'd be like, wait, it's my turn. And he don't know exactly what line it is. Like, but some people have a photographic memory. And
Yeah.
I'm not one of those people. I remember off of dialogue. My dialogue is how I remember my lines. Like I can study these lines for 30 days straight till I'm blue in the face. It will not stick until me and you are in front of each other and we can have that conversation. Cause now that conversation plays back in my mind.
So is it like it's for you? It's based off the emotion behind the lines of what you're saying. Like it's the
Yes.
feeling that you get when you say the words. Like the intention, I should say. Yeah. This the
Yeah.
intentions behind the things that you're saying that helps you remember.
Yeah. And then also I focus on what you're saying. Because even if I don't remember my line, I'm finna respond to what you just said. And that's just gonna
Right.
help us keep going. Because ain't no,
Right.
because you wanna try to do as many full takes without having to be like, oh wait, I messed up. You just want to keep it going. So the best way for me to keep it going is just to make sure I respond to what you just said. Because Even if I'm not all the way on point with the lines, I'm probably gonna be real close because I'm responding to what you just said to me. Hopefully,
Right.
but I like to keep it going. I like to keep it going.
All right.
Yeah, but those
So
two things are what help me remember my lines.
okay. So
Mm-hmm.
when I first met you, I remember you was doing your tarot readings, tarot
Uh-huh.
cards. You still
Yeah.
doing those?
You know what? I do. I don't do it in the manner in which I used to do it back in the day. I think I was so excited to have found that I had that ability that I
Hmm.
would just be willing to just do it for anybody because a lot of people didn't believe in stuff like that. So they'd be like, "Oh, let me see," you know.
Right.
So I think I made myself a little bit too open energetically to where now, if I do it, I have to be led. Like I have to something in my spirit would have to say do a reading because that's the
Hmm.
only way I can give something pure. Otherwise, it will feel forced. It's not. I'm not going to even be able to. It won't have the impact that it could if I don't feel led. So I only do it sporadically, and when I do, I put it on my TikTok. And I have created a community on TikTok. They love it on TikTok.
Yeah, I
I don't
checked your
even post
TikTok
my
out.
acting on TikTok.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
people on
seen.
TikTok know me as a tarot reader. They don't know me as an actress. Yep,
Okay.
unless they know me personally.
Right. Yeah, I seen. Was it something that your tarot cards reading for you? Was this
Hmm.
something they had that you seen for yourself? Like once you start doing the tarot readings and then get into acting, did you see yourself going this far?
No, because I don't ask. So a tarot, everybody reads differently. So where I'm at now, so I think when you probably met me back
No,
then,
you said it. I
I
think
was
I pronounced it wrong. How you say it? No.
what my name was tarot. You said it right.
Okay.
Tarot
Okay.
reading. I just said tarot readings.
Okay.
But when I used to do tarot readings back in the day, I would allow for people to ask me questions like, "Is my boyfriend cheating?" I would never allow for that.
Okay.
I don't even do personals anymore. Like it has to be mass collective. So I do general online, and anybody that resonates, they will resonate. I always say, take what resonates, leave the rest. Because if it's not for you, that's the downside of tarot. You can't listen to something, and then if your spirit doesn't agree with it, and you accept that from me, then you
Hmm.
create more karma for you. You open up yourself to stuff that's not even for you. But a lot of times there's a message, like listening to your pastor. There's a message in the story. So I try to give self-help. I don't like those type of questions. So when I ask my cards for a message for the day, I would say I would want it to be about how to be a better person. Like how can I let's talk about things that I might be overlooking or the collective might be overlooking in this given moment that can make this journey a little bit more smoother. So it requires us to be a little bit more accountable for ourselves, not what somebody else is doing to us. So I read tarot a little bit different now, if that makes sense.
Mm, okay.
I don't want to I only want to do self-help. I don't want to really dwell in, oh, they told so they was with somebody on Tuesday and they were doing this
Yeah.
and while you were doing it. Yeah, I'm not no psychic. I'm not a psychic. I'm clairsentient. I'm clairvoyant.
Hmm.
I'm a lot of the clairs, but I don't necessarily uh get into people's personal. I don't want to get into
Right.
people's personal life energetically because I feel like that just opens up a whole realm of spirituality that I'm cool on. I'm
Right. Now I get
absolutely
it.
okay. Yeah,
Since we're
yeah.
speaking on spirituality, how do
Hmm.
you feel about the state that it's in now? Like I noticed that a lot of people since the pandemic, a lot of people be getting more into their spiritual side. Do you feel like it's fake? Do you feel like that's just a trend that people want to hop on now because now it's just becoming this big thing, or do you feel like people are awakening or just trying something different?
Both. I think that we are in the middle of a huge awakening,
Hmm.
and I'm here for it. You know, even though it is coming from a place of trending. It is coming from a place of trending. So that's why I say it's both. So you got this new age spiritualist, and I don't want to knock anything that they practice and they preach, but it only, a lot of what their messages have only skims the surface. And I noticed that a lot of the new age spiritualists do it for money. And I'm not against nobody who do it for money. That's just not where I come from. I don't think that I'm supposed to. A donation, you can send a donation
Hmm.
if that's in your heart. But like I'm it's not my job to be like 19.99 for reading. Like that's why I don't do personals. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is just my personal beliefs. I
Right.
don't want to impose my beliefs on other people, you know.
Hmm.
But I do feel like it is we got a lot of trending going on. But I'm just happy to see people opening their minds
Hmm.
to another way of thinking. And if they're really true about their journey, they'll get to a point of finding truth in their spirituality. And then, people grow. They might think one way, because what I used to think when you met me 7 years, a lot of that stuff I don't even prescribe to anymore.
Right.
But that's because life has been life, man. And so I've had to like see life in a different way. So
Do you
yeah.
do you believe you can believe in both? Like, sometimes people believe that you can't be a Christian and talking about, you spiritual at the same time. Do you believe you can do both, or is it like one or the other, or what? Like, what's your thoughts on
Well,
that?
well, I feel like religion in general has has made this to where this is a topic that is a little sensitive to some, because the average person is going to say the two can't exist at one time. But for myself, and where I have become to believe in spirituality, it all depends on what God is to you. Like, what is God? Some people see God outside of themselves. I don't see God that way. I believe God is within me. So every time I come across an experience in this life journey that I'm on, it requires for me to go within, which requires me to be accountable for when my own decision making. I heard a video the other day that said, a lot of us that are a part of the spiritual community, we always talking about spiritual warfare. But a lot of what spiritual warfare is self-induced. It's all about our decision making. The reason why dude keep cheating on you is because you won't leave that relationship.
That goes
You
back
keep
to self
staying around
accountability,
for it.
right?
Right. You're not setting boundaries with this man by letting him get out your house, stop using your car. And so it's spiritual warfare, but spirituality requires you to be accountable for yourself. And so when you're accountable for yourself, you're tapping into your higher self, which the only way to have a relationship, in my opinion, with said God, or the idea of what God is, source. I like to say source,
Hmm.
but to be in alignment with that said source or said God, you have to be in your higher self, which requires you to know right from wrong, which requires you to be accountable for yourself. And that's my problem with religion. Religion doesn't require you to be accountable for yourself. Religion says, give your life to Christ and your sins will be forgiven and you're gonna go to no. You want to have a real relationship with God, you're gonna have to be real accountable for every decision you make from the moment you wake up out your sleep. And at the moment that you can think and you know right from wrong, you're accountable for every decision
Hmm.
that you make. And every decision you make has a cause and an effect in your
Yeah.
life.
I
So
just
and mhm.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, because now I sound like a preacher. So,
No, I was
so
just gonna say
yeah.
my whole
Mhm.
stance was I don't care what you believe in, as long as you're not worshiping the devil, doing some satanic
Exactly.
stuff. I really don't care.
Practicing witchcraft,
Right.
and I
Long as
mean, not
you.
to knock people that do, but
Hmm.
like being in the kitchen whipping up some stuff. Like I'm not saying it's wrong, because people that believe in their ancestors, they
Yeah.
believe that rituals are the way, and I'm not saying that they're wrong, because they could be absolutely right. I just don't dwell in that life because I don't feel like I have to. Like
Right.
my ritual is my mind. My mind is my wand. That's how I practice my said magic by my thoughts. I create my reality by how I think. So that's how,
Okay.
and I believe that. But
Okay.
that's just I don't like pushing my thoughts on other
Right. I
people.
get it. I get it. So I want to move back to acting a little bit. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you have been hearing this whole thing that's been on social media about method acting. You are familiar with that, right?
Yep.
So
Hmm.
the actress Kristen Stewart, she best known for her role in Twilight. She,
Hmm.
Yeah, the lead role in Twilight. So she said that you don't hear a lot of women, female actress say they method act. It's always the male saying they do the method acting. Also saying her co-star Robert Pattinson, he also
Uh-huh.
said the same thing that men only method act when they want to play assholes. They never want to method act when they want to be the good guy. It's always the asshole. So I want to know what's your thoughts on that, like the whole thing with method acting. Do you think?
Um,
Go ahead.
well, so I believe that that is absolutely true. That a lot of people don't necessarily method act, and because for all my characters, I'm not a method actor for every character that I play. So
Hmm.
this last movie, the movie I just practiced that I just did right now, I just finished on maybe like 2 days ago. It was a 9-day shoot, and without giving too much detail because it's still in post production, that movie required me to method act
Okay.
because it required me to be somebody that I'm absolutely not. So, and it required me to be a crybaby, and I don't even like crying in front of people.
Hmm.
So those type of areas of acting for me require me to method act because I have to find a method to that madness. It's like
Okay.
to cry. And my method to crying, I have two. The easiest one for me is music, and it's literally one song. And I play that song as many times until it makes me cry. That's my
What song is that?
my easiest go-to. Um the craziest song, so I'm not gonna even say exactly what. I'll just say it's by Trey Songz. And the song, right, exactly. But it's
What
a
song
song
is
that
this?
exactly. I had to text you. But it's a song that he was really speaking to the person he probably wanted to spend the rest of his life with. But for whatever reason, when I hear the second verse and the chorus and the bridge, not the
Okay.
first verse, but those three aspects of that song just does something to my spirit, and it just makes me cry, and it makes me think of my mother for whatever reason. And
Okay.
so I use that one song because if my first method of acting doesn't work, because that requires me to go to pits of hell without music. So it's just easier to just go to the song. But you don't have time for a song all the time when you're on
Right.
set.
Right.
Sometimes you gotta go out that room and you're gonna have to do what you got to do to get those tears flowing. And then when they say cameras up, cameras up. So
Right.
hopefully I just on those type of situation, I just be praying I got a direct on set that be when I come in there and be like, okay, I'm ready, y'all, let's go. They ready for
Hmm.
me, and we could just get these tears while they fresh.
So
Hmm.
for you, it's hard for you to cry on cue without the preparation.
Yeah,
Without the
I need at
yeah.
least 5 to 10 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes, and I would give myself that. So, like, if I knew that it's our next scene while we rehearsing, I'm not gonna be rehearsing with tears in my eyes. But when we rehearsing, I'm probably gonna be real dried down. I'm probably not gonna be myself because while we was eating, I was
Hmm.
probably getting myself into that character to where like I'm just in a real depressive place. So I'm gonna like be rocking and just thinking about all the thoughts that I don't want to really think about, that I do a good job at not thinking about. In that given moment, I try to do a good job with thinking of those thoughts that I don't want to have. So I use that to put myself in an emotional state so that by the time I get in front of you, I'm using that sadness and those tears to what we talking about. So, and it's been working lately. I can't wait for these next two movies to drop so that people
Right.
can really be like, I got some range to me. I can cry.
That's one thing I will
So,
say about you. Even though I haven't watched your movies fully, but I have seen the clips that you've been posting, and over the years, I will say I'm like, Shantae, you doing it. Like I see the
thank
growth in your
you.
acting. I see the growth in your acting. I'm like, I
Yeah,
hope one will grow, if you keep doing it and doing
yeah,
it. So, but with you, I'm like, yes, she doing it. She definitely
thank
doing it.
you.
I
Thank
definitely see
you.
the growth.
Yeah, because what I've been doing is so that I don't get typecast. I've been having to like turn down roles that I wish I didn't have to because I need the money. Don't get me
Hmm.
wrong, I need all the money, but I don't want to get typecast. And so to avoid that, I've been trying to manifest roles that challenge me. Like I want to be pushed to doing things that I wouldn't normally do. Like I got a movie that's gonna be coming out probably next year towards the end of the year because I'm filming it right now. It's called Grab the Wheel. I play a mechanic. Who would book me as a mechanic? Who would even
Yeah,
think I could be a mechanic, but I'm enjoying this role because it allows for me to tap into a side of myself that I would have never even tried to explore. So I
So
like
with
that
a
type of
role
stuff.
as a mechanic, that's something you would have to method act for because since that's like so far off from what you are, that's something you gotta
Um,
like, yeah, really be immersed in.
well, not necessarily.
Okay.
Not necessarily. And the reason why I said that's why I said earlier, like I don't method act for all my roles. The roles that I don't have to method act for per se are roles that are me.
Okay.
So a lot of times, because I'm a onion, it's layers. It's
Hmm.
layers to me. So, I could be spicy. I could be a lot of these roles that I've done, besides that crackhead role, that was probably like a method. That was a
I
method
just
role.
seen that.
Yeah. Now that role I had to method act for. Like I literally had to I had to I had to go off 3 hours of sleep. So I went out the night before. I partied till like 3 o'clock in the morning. Set time was at like 8. So I woke up maybe about 3 hours before that, took my shower, got to set. So my eyes are already low. I probably got like a little puffiness down there.
Hmm.
And then I just drunk nothing but espressos. And my scene was probably not until like 1 o'clock that afternoon. So I'm just on set because I'm out of town. I was from out of town for that movie. So I had to be on set all day. So yeah, by the time them espressos got in my system, I'm like, I'm
Right.
bouncing off the walls like a crackhead for real.
Right. Right.
So that was a part of my method of acting in that one. But a lot of these other roles, like when I gotta play like blindsided, I play the like kind of like tomboy type
Okay.
of role. Like my role is to kind of be like you're supposed to assume like she must like girls. Cause that's the role I like.
Gotcha.
I have to dress that way. I wear a lot of sweatpants. I wear baggy clothes throughout the whole movie. In Blindsided, I'm not the sexy out of the four. I'm the tomboy kind of out of the four. But that's really me. A lot of people don't
I
know
can
that
really
because I
see
like to
that
dress nice.
because for me, I really have to see that because for me, you are a beautiful woman, attractive woman. So for you to play a tomboy, I really would have to see you transform because I don't want to see you glammed up. I don't want, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I don't want to see that because it's gonna take me out of
So,
it's gonna take me out of it. So I
so,
really,
so I'm playing more like bisexual. So
okay,
what you're gonna see is you're gonna see me with without me telling too much about it. When I'm just hanging with the girls, my hair is orange, it's down in a wrap. I got my lashes on. I'm chilling. I'm still wearing jogging suits, but they're a little bit more tight and a little bit
okay,
more fitted. But when we out in the streets and we doing what we do in the movie to make it blindsided, my hair's different. My hair's cut on the
okay,
sides into a mohawk, and my
okay,
hair color is brown because when I'm out, I'm masked up doing what I do. So that's where you're gonna see it's gonna be like, but everybody else kind of stay themselves in the movie because
yeah,
their roles are different. Like one of the characters' role, she's sexy, she real sexy, so everything about her gonna be boss like, But I play more of
right,
like the tomboy, so you gonna see me chilling with my legs open and talking like, man, come on, let's get
okay,
out here and
okay,
do, But can be that person in real life, though.
yeah,
It's just all about the crowd that I'm around. I'm what my stepdad used to call me a chameleon. So
okay,
when I'm around my bougie friends, then I could be real bougie. I could be real high end, real. But then when I'm around my more cultured, edgy friends, I blend right in with those people too. So that's why I said there really isn't a method to that. I'm just as long as I know the lines. Come on,
yeah.
let's go.
But that's
Let's go.
because for me, appearance in a role it plays a lot for me because I was watching
Absolutely.
this one movie with I love Latoya Luckett, but it was this one movie
Mhm.
she was in. I can't remember the name of it. It was what was it? She was the wife and she got unalive in the movie. They thought she was dead, but then she came back. It's a recent movie with Latoya Luckett in it, and
Yeah, I think was it a Marcus Houston film? I think it was. Was it a Marcus Houston
I
film?
can't remember. I can't remember the
Okay.
name of it, but in the beginning she was a homeless person. In my mind, I'm like, how's she supposed to be a
Hmm.
homeless when she got makeup on? I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it don't fit. I don't like that, and that's one of the things that I like about Halle Berry. Like, she's not afraid
yeah,
to look ugly for the role. Like, she will look beat up, bruised up, no makeup on, look homeless. She's not afraid to
yeah.
look like that, and I feel like a lot of actresses, they be want to look good all the time, and they don't want to look bad on camera. But it's like
Mm-mm.
you kind of do, you got to put yourself in that role, to make it believable. But yeah,
Yeah, for sure. Like when I did the crackhead scene, I wasn't no lashes on.
I've
I
seen it.
put a
Yeah,
little dark makeup under my eyes to make it look like I'm just sleepy and tired, like I need to go to bed. Like I tried to do as much as I could.
right,
I even tried to put on a stale wig, you know what I'm saying? That wouldn't move too much, stuff like that. So I don't mind looking crazy on camera.
right.
If I had no lashes on right now, which I'm kind of mad at myself because I done did 2 interviews today looking like this, but I
You
forgot to
perfectly
put my
fine.
lashes on. So yeah, like I don't mind, and I got no makeup on. I don't mind, like living in my skin. So if I got
Yeah.
to do the role looking even worse, then I don't take me there,
Now
please. I don't.
you spoke
Mhm.
on typecasting. What roles have you been typecast for that you felt like you was being typecast for?
Um. So when I did a movie called Diary of a Unicorn, which is one of my favorite movies, and it's one of my most popular movies, um, there's a couple sex scenes in there, and I
Okay.
feel like I sold that role so well, being a unicorn, that it made a lot of people when they thought of certain roles, as long as and it required a sex scene, my name came up in the
Mm,
conversation, so they would
okay.
call me, and it was cool at first because, like I said, we all want to turn this into some money. I don't know. We
Right.
don't want to just be working for $100 a day on
Right.
set. We want to get a day rate.
Right.
So initially, when I first started off in it, it was kind of like I got to do what I got to do. I needed to get my name out there, things of that nature. But then I had to start being a little bit more mindful because we all have an image and a brand to protect, and I didn't want to be looked as a vixen. If I wanted to be a vixen, I would take photos. You know what I mean? Like I take
Hmm.
photos because my cameraman likes taking photos of me, not because I take photo like I do photo shoots. I'm not a model. So I didn't want to be perceived as a vixen in this industry. So after that movie, I got a lot of role offers. I took some and then I started to say no. So I've been saying no probably for like the last year. Next year though, I guess I could tell you this. I just can't tell you because I'm under NDA for this. I just can't say what city and what the name of
Okay.
it is.
All
But
right.
next year I have a project where we'll have a little it will be more sex involved.
Okay.
Um but however, this is a movie that's been in the talks between me and this lady for a very, very long time. And she's heard my concerns. And we have an understanding on how we're gonna go about it. But it's
Good. That's
definitely
good.
gonna be, yeah, but I just didn't want to be typecast. So it'll be a year and a half coming. Like I don't have any that I've done in the last year and a half. But coming next year, I'm changing that
What's your
again.
dream role?
Oh, my dream role is a Harley Quinn type role.
Okay.
Uh or like Tom Hardy. Remember that movie? I can never remember this movie. I say it at every interview and I forget the name. But Tom Hardy, he played himself really,
Hmm.
but that's not how you don't know this as an audience until maybe 50% into the movie. Like
Okay.
because he doesn't realize that it's his alter ego. He thinks he's talking to his brother. He thinks his brother's a hothead and he's the malmannered one, and they keep each other balanced. But they both have his personalities. But he
Mm.
doesn't. It's almost, it got that same feeling. Remember the Butterfly Effect, the old school
Yeah.
movie, The Butterfly Effect. It's like a movie like that.
Okay.
But it was Tom Hardy playing that as a street gunsman, he was a gangster, he was a mafia guy, and so something like that where I could be night and day in the same movie. That's my dream role.
And what's your hardest
Mhm.
role? What's the hardest role for you?
Hard. Uh, after conquering how to cry, I don't really even know if there is anything that I would say would be too hard because I want the challenge. I'm gonna at least try. It might
Okay.
take me 2 or 3 tries till I get it, till I master it, but I'm at least gonna try. I'm at least gonna try.
All right.
Hmm.
So
But
before we
crying was
move
my
on,
hardest so far.
I got some more rapid fire questions for you.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. Talent or connections?
Mm, talent.
Why talent?
I like I like performance. I like good performance. Like 50 Cent just posted a clip of, dang, what's my homie from Chicago? I want to say his real name, but his name in the movie, I can't think of it, but it's from Power.
Okay.
And the brown skinned girl, that's his girlfriend. That's on Force. What's her name? Adrian Walker. I think her name is Adrienne Walker. But when I tell you intensity, oh my God, it was one of the most intense things I had seen in a long time. And I understand why 50 Cent gave it a repost
Hmm.
just to give her flowers. But like that type of stuff mattered to me. So that's why I say talent. Connections is cool because connections and now if I was a filmmaker, I would say connections, not
Okay.
talent. But
All
as
right.
an actor, talent. Hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Training or natural ability?
Oh, oh. If I can get both, I prefer both.
Hmm.
If I can
You
get,
gotta
if I
pick
can,
one. Gotta pick
if I have
one.
to choose one, natural. I
Like,
could work with this natural person. If
okay.
I was, and now I'm thinking because I do behind the scenes too. But if as a director, if the person natural, I could work with him. I could take. We can make some movie magic. Hmm.
Nepotism or hustle?
Say it again.
Nepotism or hustle?
Oh, hustle. I like hustle. Work
Okay.
ethic is everything.
Social media following or raw skill?
As an actor, I still say raw skill. If I had to go behind the scenes, I'm gonna say following.
A prestige
Mhm.
project or a steady paycheck?
Steady paycheck.
I feel you on that
Yeah,
one.
steady paycheck. The economy different. I mean, like I can't even have the old school way of thinking, like, because that prestige project can open up a million doors. So if you're thinking long term, I know some people that's gonna take that prestige project over this petty. I know some people right now that's taking the prestige role. They're not taking that
Hmm.
steady paycheck over that prestige role. But I am not getting younger, and I have to do what I have to do. In the meantime, I can't really follow said blueprint. So
Yeah. I think when it comes to
I need that
that,
steady pay.
yeah, I believe when it comes to that, especially when you have a family and everything, I think a steady paycheck is like, let me do this role on this series. At least I know I got another 4 or 5 years before, it's over with. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
So I
hopefully
get it.
in this steady paycheck of time, it gets syndicated. That's what we all hope when we get on a good sitcom or a series, because once the syndication happen, now we talking royalties for life.
Right.
Now that's everybody's goal. Everybody want to get on a series.
Right.
Everybody. I just like watching movies, but a goal as an actor, I would rather get on a series. Yep,
LA or Atlanta?
Atlanta. Yeah, I'm not an LA girl at all. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Told you I'm a little bit of a tomboy, so I like laid back. I'm a country girl. I don't like all that Hollywood. I only work in Hollywood.
Networking events or auditions?
Auditions. I like auditions. Yeah, I like the adrenaline rush from an audition.
Okay. Diversity casting or best actor for the role?
Diversity casting a best actor for the role. I would have to say best actor for the role.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, diversity casting. I mean, that's cool too because I do want fair opportunity. But I would hate for somebody to not give a role to Viola Davis when I know she would have
Right.
that she would have murdered the role, that she would have did an amazing job with the role, and they give it to somebody else because of equal opportunity. Yeah, no. So
Last question. Would you rather be underrated or overexposed?
underrated.
Why is that?
I like underrated because it allows for an opportunity to be. I mean, every underdog becomes a dog. Every
Hmm.
underdog becomes big dog at some point. So you got to be willing to stay down till you get up. To me, in this industry, and it's gonna happen. But overexposure can kill you. I know from experience. I feel like when I first got into the business, because I had such a nice little fan base from that sex movie, that sexual content type of movie, that it just kind of it was like an overexposure of me in that given time. So people were expecting a follow up to come back to back to back to back to back to back, and it did for like 6 months. But then the next 6 months was dry.
Hmm.
Opportunities weren't coming in. So that moment that could have lasted a long time ended really quick. So now I'm back where I'm ready for my next spur, but now I'm able to maintain myself. I'm making sure that I have projects to follow up right behind there, even if it takes, even if they're 3 months apart. Just making sure
Got
that
it.
I'm more consistent in that regard so that I don't lose that momentum when I get it again. So that's
Right.
why I say underdog.
Okay.
I read the underdog.
Now let's go back to Tubi. Now you say your
Mm-hmm.
introduction to Tubi was with somebody who's working on the set of Empire. That's how you got into it.
To Tubi?
Yeah.
Oh no. So his movies never made it. So he never. I don't think Tubi was his focus.
Okay.
He was a director that was focused on film festivals, like the old school way of
Yeah.
things. When you wanted
Yeah.
to be a film director, you made movies and you put them in film festivals, and maybe you get the funding to make a movie, type of thing. So that was more so his focus. My
So how?
Tubi experience started with Billy Ray Valentine.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
and now
come
that
about.
came the next year, the following year.
So how that come about. So how you got. So how you meet him.
So I met him. I was working. Okay, so after that first director that I met on CineSpace, I ended up working with a guy named Maurice Ellaby Jones, and we had done 2 movies. I think about 2 movies together. And then one day, Billy Ray came on his set, and it was like, "Hey, I got this movie. I got a role for you. It's not a big role, but somewhere to get your feet wet." Cool. So I started working with him. So in the first movie, I'm in the movie, and I do have a pretty decent role, but I'm not like the lead in that movie. And that's called Magic. So
Okay.
at that given time though, nobody was really looking at Tubi. He was actually, and I'm not gonna say he was the first, because I believe the first in Chicago, if I have to give people their flowers, is Cassandra Bell. Cassandra Bell came up with a movie called September Rain. And I believe her movie was first that was on Tubi. Right after that, the only director that I knew that was focused on Tubi was Billy Ray Valentine.
Okay.
And he put his movie Magic on there. So that was one of my first movies with him. But I did 4 of them with him. So I did Roseland with him. I did The Walk Over Rufus, and then Little Caesar. So he
Okay.
has his own genre, his own like niche in filmmaking. And it's really about like the 70s era, pimping, like when pimping was alive, like suits and ties and canes, and men control things. Women were a little bit more submissive and did what they men said. So his movies kind of have that type of feel to it. I'm sure he's grown in other areas since then, but that's how I got that. He was the first person that introduced me to Tubi.
Now,
And
what's
then
your
all my
experience?
opportunities.
Oh,
Hmm.
go ahead. Now, what's your
No, I was
experience with
gonna say,
working? What's your experience with working with Tubi? Like, far as the
mm,
traditional set wise, and then versus Tubi. Like, what's the difference between the two, and like, what's your experience with it? Like, what you
well, see,
notice that's the difference.
Tubi's just it's just an app, So it's
Right.
not even really Tubi. It's about the film company.
Okay.
Because
Gotcha.
when I first started off in the business, a lot of these film companies had little to no budget. So we were working all faith in the prayer. A lot of these locations being given to people and allowed to
Hmm.
be used to create the vision to bring that vision to life. So as I started to grow as an actor, I started to become more fortunate to get on projects that had bigger budgets. So when you started doing that, then now the locations become a lot more extravagant and the food gets better, things like that.
Yeah.
So these last couple projects, even in Chicago, and shout out Chicago for this because I did not feel this way a couple years ago, but Chicago is definitely bringing CineSpace to the street.
Yeah.
I got to shout out a company called Love City. I hope I'm saying it right. Love City Studios, and I've had the pleasure of working with one of their cameramans from that company, and they are up and coming. They dope. They dope. Like they whole thing, their whole presence is screaming CineSpace. Like the only thing I ain't ever seen them use is that big rig. You know that big rig when we used to do
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
concert scenes and they
Hmm.
come in and go down and go up and all that. That's the only thing I ain't never seen them use. And whole time the studio so big, they might got one. They might got one, and I
Okay.
just don't know. I've never seen them use it. So yeah. So Chicago is getting way better with trying to like give us more Hollywood production. So look forward to 2026. You're gonna be proud of a lot of different directors.
Okay.
Breezy, her name is Breezy, Stacy. Stacy is her name, but they call her Miss Breezy. She does thing the Hollywood route. Shout out to my girl Sherelle Brown. She the movie we just wrapped on. She worked with Love City, So that's how I know that they working on that Hollywood presence and filmmaking. Will Gates and Bo Simmons, like I've had the pleasure of working with a lot of directors in this last year in Chicago that's really finna do some great things for the city. Yep. And shout out Bo Deal too. We can't leave Bo Deal out the conversation. I just haven't had the pleasure of working with him yet. But yeah, he got you heard the Tyrant series or the Tyrant Part 1, Part 2.
No, I
They're on
haven't.
Tubi as well. Yeah,
Okay.
it's really good. It's a Chicago classic right now. Yep. It's real. But I haven't worked on it. I'm not in it, but it's really good.
Have you have any problems on set?
Problems? No, not on set. On set, I'm pretty cool on set. I don't have issues. I don't even like working on projects that I gotta have issues. I can't be creative if I'm around something that's gonna make me have issues. Yeah, I don't have issues on set. Now I've had issues within the industry. So
Hmm.
like after stuff, after working with people, I've come across issues. Now
Like what?
if you want, um, people maybe being a little, let's say you have an issue with a person and somebody's experience with you, they would try to go and to other people and try to say, well, this is how this person is, when the fact of the matter is their experience with me was their experience with
Hmm.
me, and it didn't allow for those other people to have their own experience with me so they can see me for who I am.
Right.
Because just because my experience with one person is the way it is doesn't mean my experience with the next person is going to be the way it is. Because I'm literally, and I am, because I'm a Gemini. So as a person, as a Gemini, as a human, I'm literally a mirror to you. If you're nice, sweet, kind, I'm nice, sweet, and kind. You're mean, ugly, I'm going to give you a taste of mean and ugly, and then I'm going to get out your energy. You ain't gonna see
Okay.
me no more. You
Hmm.
won't see me around no more. So that's why I said I've had issues because you're gonna have issues when you are trying to authentically be yourself in a world of societal conditioning. So there's a way people have an idea where a person should be. When the fact of the matter is we're all different. We all
Right.
can't think the same. We all not gonna think the same on certain topics, and that's why conversation is necessary.
Speaking on problems with set, you know, coming off of the whole Me Too movement, then we got this whole Diddy documentary going on
Oh
and
Lord.
everything. Have you ever experienced where you felt like you was sexually tried, sexually intimidated by a male figure on set, where you felt like, you know, they was trying to come on to you, or like if you don't
Um,
do this, you're not gonna get the role? Have you felt that?
no,
Okay.
no, not in that regard. I've worked on a set where I feel like he was just being a man and wanted to see if I
Hmm.
had limitations and boundaries. So he tried me in that sense.
Mm.
I've had a director do that. But once I put my foot down and let him know like this isn't that, he never really crossed those lines again. But in another sense, I don't think I ever really worked with him again either.
Okay.
So that was the only real experience I had, but it wasn't like he forced himself on me or nothing like
Hmm.
that. It was just more so like he egged at it. Like, I'm sitting at a computer watching edits, and next thing I know, he
Hand
doing this.
on the
I'm like,
shoulder,
what?
massage.
Hey bro,
Yeah.
you good? You cool?
What would be
Yeah,
your
it was like,
advice?
that type of thing. So
What would be
I just
your
think he was
advice to
just
women?
testing my limits. That's all. Huh?
I said, what would be your advice to women who will ever be in a situation like that? What advice would you give them?
Well, I feel like in any industry, as a woman, you gotta have boundaries. You gotta
Hmm.
you gotta be able to have a voice. You gotta be able to speak up and be able to say, because people are gonna try you. Especially if you like me, and because I'm not green as I used to be, but I feel like at
Right.
some point in life I used to be very green or vanilla, as they would say. People could fool me and trick me because I would
Hmm.
like to think that everybody thought like myself, and that's been my biggest lesson in life, is to not expect me from other people, and
Hmm.
everybody's not good. So because of that, I would say to any woman out there, just make sure that you know your yays and your yeses and your nos, what you're gonna go for, what you're not gonna go for, and stand strong in that, because this industry will test you to see how much you're gonna allow, what you'll do for this opportunity.
Right.
Like They will. So you got to be able to. You gotta. That's what an agent is for, though. That's why I want an agent because you don't even got to deal with me. You got to deal with my agent, and my agent not gonna go because she got to get paid or he got
Right,
to get paid.
right.
So yeah.
Now I want you to talk about the movies that you're in right now because you were just in recently in a premiere, right?
Oh yes. So the premiere I just did was for the movie Clout. That was
Okay,
day before yesterday. So that's a series. It is a vertical. I believe this is the vertical film. Is it a vertical? But no, it's not a vertical film. Now that I think about it, because the
okay,
premiere didn't show vertical. So but it is more so for social media. We are
okay,
not going the Tubi is going to be later. The game is changing a little bit, so people are trying to find new avenues to revenue. And so like new apps are popping up everywhere right now. Like what's up and coming is this app called Remy Network.
okay.
That's by Remy Ma.
I
And
heard about it.
it's
Yeah,
booming right now. Yep.
I heard about
Uh,
it.
yeah. But right now I have a movie that just dropped. It's called The Act of Betrayal. It is out. It's out on TV. It's on TVI. TVEI. That's one app is on, and then it's on Remy Network. And when when it first dropped, which was a week ago, you couldn't even find it. You had to type it
Hmm.
in all the way to Portrayal, all the way to the L at the end to get the movie to come up. And it was like that for like for at least 4 or 5 days, at least the 5 times I watched it. I had to type it all the way in. Well, I found out yesterday that it's number 9 out of 10, out
Oh
of top
wow.
10.
Okay.
It's number 9 on there. So it's just, and this is what people are looking for, though. They're looking for new avenues because in these up and coming websites, the more traffic come over there, the more money these filmmakers are making.
Yeah.
And so it's almost like a Tubi boom again. It's like a
Uh,
new Tubi rush again. But there's a small area of time that you have to kind of make money, and then it closes again. It's almost like cryptocurrency in a sense.
okay.
It rises, then
Yeah.
it falls again.
Right. Any other
So
movie that you have that's out right now recently? Because you got a lot,
oh
so I don't know where to
yeah.
start.
So okay, so I said the Act of Portrayal.
Right.
That one's out. We got the Walker Rufus, the Walker Roof. I'm sorry, dang, not the Walker Rufus. Who Killed Frankie? That is a TikTok series that is out on TikTok, and it's really good.
And
You'll
you said
like
Who
that.
Killed Frankie?
Who
That's
Killed
the name of it.
Frankie?
You can search.
Yeah, yep. You can
Okay.
search it. So Who Killed
Okay.
Frankie? So we got The Advice They Got You Killed. That's with Omar Gooding. That one's out on Amazon Prime. And it'll probably be there for a while. Then eventually you probably will see it on Tubi and Remy and those other sites very soon. But right now it's just on Amazon Prime. And let's see. Now what's about to come out, what I'm looking forward to is a movie that is by Stacey Miss Breezy and this guy named Dre Relentless. And it's a faith-based movie called Out of Darkness. That is going to be coming out. That's going to be really, really good. Especially if you're looking for something that's not all kill, shoot 'em up, that type of.
Because I do
You
be
look
seeing a lot of that.
Yeah, this one is a little bit. It's gonna be, and the active portrayal is different too. The active portrayal has more of a lifetime feel to it, so you gotta be interested in different niches to really enjoy these movies all the way, because it's not your typical shoot 'em up 2B classics, things
Okay.
like that. Matter of fact, now that I think about it, most of my movies that I got coming out very soon are not like that, except for That Advice They Got You Killed. You might see a little, something like that in
How was it
there.
working with Omar Gooding?
Amazing.
Hmm.
Amazing. He's so down to earth. He is so down to earth. You would just think, that's like a childhood Hollywood celebrity for us. We
Yeah.
watched him as a little boy grow into the man that he is today. So it was an honor to be around him. But what made it even more amazing is just how relaxed and laid back he was.
Yeah.
Like, because, we work with Hollywood people. Some people are real standoffish. They don't want to be bothered when they're in their creative space, you
Yep.
know,
Yep.
without naming no names,
Right.
We
Right.
know some
Right.
people, but he not like that at all. Like, he talk
Okay.
to you, he gon' hang back, he gon' chill. And if he need his space, he will tell you that. I'm finna go over here and I'm finna work on my music. That is cute for leave me alone. And he go over
Gotcha.
there and he start doing whatever he got to do to get in his creative space. And then that's when his security step in and make sure you ain't bothering him.
Hmm.
So yeah, a very cool down to earth guy.
How
Yeah.
was it seeing Roxanne on the project?
Oh my God, that was so dope. Cause me and Roxanne never really knew each other, cause when I
Hmm.
came in, Roxanne was leaving. So whenever I
Okay.
would see Roxanne, it was because Marcy would be like,
Right.
I guess their birthdays were around the same time or something. So Marcy would invite me out, for whatever festivities. So that's how I would see Roxanne. That's it. But me and Roxanne never
Hmm.
worked together on Empire. Yeah,
Okay.
like her time there, I think she had got pregnant or something. I think she had got a baby, or she had a baby or something. So she wasn't
I
there when
forgot.
I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
like
That's
I
right.
never
Right.
seen
Yeah.
her.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But I knew of her because of Marcy. Marcy
Right.
always talked. Dorothy had always talked about her because they was real cool. Yeah, so it was real cool working with her down there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seeing the scene y'all both was in, I was like, "Ooh, she was going in."
Yeah, yeah. She wanted my man. She wanted my
Yeah.
man.
Also, that was your man that she was. Oh, okay.
Yeah, she wanted my man. Remember, and if you watch it all the way, like she wanted my man, and I didn't care for him because he wasn't rich. So I was
Okay.
ready to leave him anyway. So it was kind of like, girl, bye. You can have him. Now my name is still in your mouth, huh? Mm. And so, but she mad, like, bitch, I hate you.
Yeah,
I'm
she
sorry.
was. I was
I
like,
didn't
"Ooh,
mean.
I ain't never seen that before."
Yeah, because yeah, Tizak could tell he's one of. I like him as a director because he gonna tell you exactly how he wants something.
Yeah.
He gonna tell you exactly how he wants something performed, and so he asks for that. Like, I need you to pull it out of you, Roxanne, get it out of there. And so
Hmm.
she did it. She take direction well. Yes, yeah.
Good.
I love directors like that. I love directors that know what they want to see and don't got a problem telling me as an actor because I can read something and I can assume that you want it this way just based off of my own character breakdown from reading the script. But it's so much better when a director like, yo, no, I want you to give me more attitude, or I want you to tone down the attitude and just give me more of a stare. Stuff like that. Like I love
Hmm.
it. Hmm.
Now, when you first started being in front of the camera, especially having a lead role, were you nervous?
Yes. I was nervous. I think I remained and be nervous until I did my first out of town project. Because when you go out of town, you don't know nobody.
Yeah.
Everybody that you're working with is a fresh face for you. So I really feel like that was my biggest challenge. Because now, see, it's easy when you know Sarah or Bobby for the scene because you're comfortable with this person. So come on, we acting. Let's do this. But when you don't know a person and you about to do your character, you still gonna be a little shy. It's like meeting a stranger.
What's
So,
funny is I'm the complete opposite. I work better with people I don't know versus the people I do know.
really?
Yeah.
See? Okay,
Because
so
for
you
me,
would
it's
you
like,
would be great then.
I don't know y'all. It's like I really don't care what you feel, how you feel about me or judge me. But I feel like when I know people, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
it's like a judgment. I don't know. I don't know. I'm weird like
See,
that. But yeah,
this would be an easy walk in the park for you then. Because see, I had to teach myself how to be like that. So
yeah,
I'm better at it now. My confidence level is a lot better because I feel like, like I said, I'm here because I like the challenge. So if I'm in the room, see, and the person to the left of me and the person to the right of me are 10 times better than me, they finna make me better. I promise you.
yeah.
Because I'm going to want to meet their tempo. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I can't be regular right. I can't be regular Shantae right now because I'm in front of some greats. So
Right.
I'm finna try to put on my best performance. And that's what I mean by like challenge. Like challenge me. I love challenges.
Now this is my last rapid fire for you before we get up out of here.
Okay.
Now, this one's gonna be good.
Oh, uh-huh.
Will Smith or Jamie Foxx?
Oh, dang. Mm. So, this is really, really hard. But I'm gonna have to say Will Smith
Hmm.
because even though I know that Jamie Foxx has range, there's no question. I feel like that man can be anybody that he wants to be, but it's gonna always, for me, have a comedic feel to it, even when he's
Really?
serious. It,
Okay.
it, it it's always gonna have a comedic feel
Hmm.
for me. Like I'm always gonna find the humor in
I,
something that
I
he
can see that.
says.
Yeah, I could kind of see that.
Whereas with Will Smith, when he's angry, the man's angry. When he's sad, the man's sad. when he's, I've never seen Will Smith do a role that he didn't excel in. And not to say that Jamie Foxx haven't. I just don't feel like Jamie Foxx
Right.
has had as many challenging roles as Will Smith for me to really say that he is on that level. But to say that he's not one of the most talented people would be insane. So I can't say that about Jamie. Jamie is
Okay.
dope. Jamie is dope.
Martin Lawrence or Eddie Murphy?
Oh, that's a hard one. I'm gonna say Eddie Murphy.
Okay.
Eddie Murphy because that man was funny. I mean, he was just an asshole funny too sometimes, if that makes sense. So he was like a more
Hmm.
of a satire comedy.
Yeah.
Things can get a little dark. He wasn't as dark as that one guy. I can't think of his name right now. George something. I can't think of his name right now. But
Hmm.
um he's not as dark, but it had like a little bit of satire to it. He'd take it there. Whereas Martin is funny on like a family home comedy. We can sit as a family and watch him, and we gonna all get a laugh. Whether you 7 years old or 57 years old, we gonna all find a laugh. And so I don't even know if I could choose. I ain't even lie to you, friend.
Okay.
Oh man, now you just made that one really, really hard. But I'm gonna go with my first mind. I'm gonna go with my first mind, Eddie Murphy.
Regina King or Regina Hall?
Well, now who's Regina Hall?
The comedian. Scary
And
movie. Regina
yeah,
Hall.
and Regina King
You
is
know,
brown skin from
what that movie
that
with
cowboy movie I'm thinking of right now.
that
That cowboy
she was
movie.
also in
And her son just passed away not too long ago, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I will have to go with Regina Hall, the comedian. She
Okay.
hilarious. I love that lady. I think she has range. I don't even think we've seen everything from her yet. I don't think
I
we've
don't
seen
believe
everything from
either.
her.
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
seen
See, I
some of
think
her serious stuff and she's really good. She's really
yeah.
good.
Yeah. I think that somebody, if when given another challenging role, we're gonna be shocked when she do it because I feel like she can do anything. Hmm.
Taraji P. Henson or Kerry Washington?
Ooh. Um, Taraji,
Okay.
Taraji, yeah, Taraji. After watching that movie with the kids, I mean not with the kids, with their daughter, that Tyler Perry film with her daughter.
Oh, I know you're talking about
Yeah,
yeah,
after watching that movie, yeah, like she deserves an Oscar for that one, baby. She
yeah,
deserves an Oscar because she had to really go to the pits of hell to go there,
yeah.
And you got to think about her kids are grown now, so to go there, and that's not your given situation. That's talent. That's talent. And I ain't taking nothing away from Carrie because Carrie's amazing too. Carrie's amazing, but I'm gonna have to go with my girl Taraji.
Viola Davis or Angela Bassett?
Ooh, Viola Davis. I love me some Angela Bassett. Don't get me wrong,
Hmm.
but Viola Davis. That is the actress champion. I ain't never seen her do nothing that wasn't over the top great.
Denzel Washington or Samuel L. Jackson?
Denzel, range out this world.
Gabrielle Union or Sanaa Lathan?
Sanaa Lathan, absolutely Sanaa Lathan. Yep,
Tasha Smith or Wendy Raquel Williams?
Tasha Smith. I love that lady. I love that lady. Yep, I want to work with her one day. I mean,
Tia?
we've worked with
Okay.
her, but not worked with
Yeah,
her, as
right.
actors. Yep, yep.
Tia or Tamara Maury?
I don't even know the difference between them. So, shit, tomato, tomato. I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't even choose between the two.
Okay.
Tia.
Omar Gooden or Cuban Gooding Jr.?
Oh man. I would have to go with Omar again because he's so cool. He's so cool.
Yeah, you
Even
better.
though I would love to talk to Cuban because I think he's one amazing method actor.
Hmm.
One amazing method actor. I think that when he tapped into what's his most popular movie? The movie
Radio.
Radio is definitely his most popular movie. But what's the one right after that? Where he is playing the son or the father? The son in there? Is it it's a hood movie.
Boys in the Hood?
Is it Boys in the Hood? Was he in that? Boys
Yeah,
in the Hood?
yeah, with
Yeah,
Morris
but
Chestnut, Ice
I
Cube.
Yeah, I just don't see him raised that way. I don't see him
Hmm.
raised to, in that character. He had to tap into some like the most popular thing is that crying scene when old dude gets shot and he on the
Yeah,
couch and the mama was there. Like he had to cry too.
yeah.
That's what I mean by being like a method actor. Like that lady, what's her name? Because she did an amazing job too. We don't talk about her enough. The lady, the mother, the one who played the mother. Oh, she
Uh,
did so good in that scene.
I know you're talking about. But I can't think of her name right now, but yeah.
Yeah, like she slapped that boy for real. Like I watched
Hmm.
the documentary for that. She slapped him for real in that moment, but it gave the intensity that it needed for that scene.
Yeah,
I like meeting people. It's a little nervous. It's easier for me when a man tell me to hit him. If I'm on set, if a man say it's okay to hit him, oh good, because now we get to give real emotion. I can just keep going after I hit you.
yeah,
But when a girl give me the okay, I never want to do it. I never want to do it, and it takes away from my performance every time
yeah.
because I don't want to hit you for real. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because if you hit me too hard, you hit me too hard, I'm not sure how my response is gonna be. So I don't like, you know, I rather us do a little stunt acting. I rather go across and so we can work
Hmm.
camera. Let camera do it.
Hmm.
Let me just go this way across and you just follow my arm so that camera can do what they
Yeah.
do. I don't want to hit you.
That just
Yeah.
reminds me of when Tay did said on the set of what's the name of that movie? Best Man. That Nia
Uh-huh.
Long actually when Nia Long slapped him, that was a real slap.
See? Yep.
Yeah.
But it
So
makes
yeah,
a difference. It
it
makes a
does.
difference in the thing. Yeah. When it's real because it's authentic. Real
Hmm.
emotions get seen. Ain't no acting going
And
on.
I just recently did a video about oh what's her name? What's her name? Vanessa Bell Calloway.
Who's that
She was
from?
in What Love Got to Do with It when Ike slapped her. Remember when the Eat the Cake anime scene?
Oh yeah, okay.
So she
What
said
uh-huh.
that scene was actually real because she wasn't paying attention. And so then when Lawrence Fishburne slapped her, he actually
Yeah,
did slap her. Yeah.
that's what made her go crazy because she
Yeah.
felt that. I do
Uh-huh.
remember that. I think that went viral on Instagram too.
Yeah.
Yep, I remember that. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I always watch that type of stuff. Like, I follow a lot of those Instagram pages that do script to screen to
Yeah.
show how actors would take a script and make it their own. Like,
Hmm.
because when you look at it, you learn quickly that people don't really learn lines verbatim. They don't say the lines verbatim per se, but they try to stay as close to context as possible, you know. And
Right.
it's that's the art to me. That's the art of it that I like the most. Yep.
And before we get up out of here, what's some advice would you like to give to somebody who just, want to be in your position or, just want to get started? What advice would you give?
I would say, train. If I could tell you something that I didn't do coming into the business, I feel like my experience was from the same way you got your experience. Behind the scenes, working as a stand-in, it's the closest to being in the moment, especially if they would have made us if they would have required us to learn our lines, that's
Hmm.
like being an understudy to an actor.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So just imagine if we did get that. So that is like
Hmm.
training in its own little way. But just everybody don't get that blessing. Everybody don't get that opportunity to become just because you background don't mean you're gonna become a stand-in. We know that from experience. So I say train, take a class, like learn the art, like knowing the importance of reading the full script. And then if you really, really want to know, do an independent project. Just do it one starting off because you might find that you don't like it, to be honest, because you will be on set 14 hours.
Whew.
Hopefully you might get fed twice. 9 times out of
Right.
10, you're probably only gonna get fed once. You're gonna be snacking all day. Can you deal with that?
Hmm.
And if you can't, this probably ain't the industry for you because we be on set all day. You gotta really
Hmm.
love this. And you'll be on set all day for a little bit of nothing, when you first start off in this business. So those are the type of things that let you know if you really want to, if this is really for you. And then after that, I feel like the ball will just start rolling, especially if your heart is in it and you got the work ethic to keep going at it. Yeah, that would be my advice. Just to keep do it, but make sure just get the background, know if this is for you, And then once you know it's for you, take a class or two, do some more independent projects, and then eventually seek out an agent. Yep.
There we go. Oh, it went out, but I heard everything you said though. It had went out
Oh,
for a minute, but I heard you
okay.
though. Yeah.
Cool, cool.
All right, Shantae.
Yeah.
Well, it was good talking to you, man. Good catching up with you, and I wish you
Yeah,
the best.
baby.
Keep doing what you're doing, and yeah, be looking
Yeah,
forward to seeing
thank you
you
for
at the
the
top.
opportunity. Yes, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. Oh, wait, before I get out, guess what? So
What?
the reason why I had my interview before this one is because I got Actress of the Year
Oh,
award.
congratulations.
Yes. So it was from My Radio Chicago.
Okay.
So I had to film this past weekend, and of course, that comes first. I gotta finish filming. And so
Yeah.
I wasn't able to make it on time to the award ceremony. And I didn't even know I was getting an award. They had invited honorees.
Hmm.
So I just figured I was one of many that were gonna be there that were invited. But apparently I got invited because they had an award. They wanted to celebrate me. So I
That's what's
felt really
up.
bad. So I told him I would come into the station, and he said, "Well, we might as well go ahead and do an interview while we at it." So, yep, that was really
Congratulations,
cool,
man.
though,
You
right?
definitely deserve it because you've been working your ass off.
Thank you, thank you, thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah. No
Yes,
problem,
sir.
man. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll see you.
Well, I'm proud of you too. Let me say that. I am proud of you. I see
Thank you.
you in
Thank
your
you.
motion with the with the podcast, television show. So yes, I look forward to being back on here again to talk
Yeah.
to you and
Definitely.
your guests.
Definitely.
Hopefully, I got more stuff to talk about then.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
for
all right.
sure. Yeah. So I guess I will talk to you later.
All right.
Yes, sir.